Hey guys, thank you for coming to my channel. I am glad to see you guys. Please, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. But today, we're going to have a very different conversation today. Don't be distracted. Do not be distracted with all this mess that's going on. Just make sure that you stay focused on the main purpose, which is the one world order. So it doesn't matter what happened. Every high elite person is striving for the one world order. Okay, they think of us as nothing. Okay, so it's really important right now because what the rumors of war and what Putin is saying and what China is saying and what everybody is saying, we just need to really just get prepared. And I'm going to share some of my expertise with you guys these next couple of weeks as far as preparing your food, making sure that you are able to survive in these rough times, because it's better for you to have it than to not have it. We're going to go from there, but let me go get my notes and I'll come back at you. Okay, and I got my notes now. So it's really important because I want to make sure that you guys truly understand what is going on here and why you need to preserve your food and how you need to preserve your food. The first thing that I do want to get you guys to understand is that I am a rebel canner. Okay, if you do not know what a rebel canner is, basically we do not follow the FDA and what they approved that we need to can. Okay, because canning have been going on way before the FDA have been established. Matter of fact, the FDA was established in on June 30th, 1906. So I need for everybody to understand that people were eating way before that. They had to preserve their food way before that. So before the FDA was even established, they were called rebel canners. We made it work. We did what we had to do. Okay. We do have some canners that are regular canners, which go by the FDA. Basically what that is that, the FDA kind of tell you what you can and what you can't can. So if it's not there, you do have a lot of people saying, oh, why you canning that? It's so dangerous. And no, that's just what they said. Baby, you better get on it, because we have been canning in our family, and a lot of people's family have been canning way before the FDA was even established in 1906. But I also want to say, you got to think about this too. Refrigerator. First electric refrigerator was established in 1927. 1927. So what were they doing before that? They was preserving their food. Okay, but they do have one more that was in 1834. It's called a compression refrigerator, and that's this right here. And but what were they doing before that? People have been preserving their food for years and years and years and years before all of these rules and regulations have actually came up. But my thing that I want you guys to understand today is what you need to do now to start getting ready and start preserving, and try to get you to get an understanding of what each one of these preparation items are to be able to preserve your food. Okay, so let's get that on. So the first one that we have is Mylar bags. These are Mylar bags. Okay, these are Mylar bags, and what Mylar bags actually do is they are a food storage place. So the Mylar bags are a top choice of long-term storage because they protect food from moisture, oxygen, gases, odor, and lights. Okay, so those things really help. So it helps extend the life shelf of any product that's in there, and it helps prevent for them to spoil. So it won't spoil, basically. Okay, another thing is the duration of what Mylar bags can actually give. Shoot, some of them foods last for like 25 to 30 years. Like, seriously, it's crazy. But you do have to do it properly. The convenience of Mylar bags are inexpensive. They are not that expensive, easy to use, and do not require no special equipment or seals or anything like that. But they are an excellent product to actually use to preserve your food. And some people put the Mylar bag inside of those 5-pound buckets and zip that thing up and get that little hot comb and zip it up with the hot comb. And honey, you got 30 years sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? The protection as far as the Mylar bags protect food from sunlight, which can damage it. Okay, which is good, so you don't have to worry about that. The protection from pests. Pests and food cannot get in it. The material is great. Okay, cannot get in it. The protection from bacteria and funguses. Mylar bags prevent the growth of bacteria and funguses. Okay, so it's really important that Mylar bags is the number one run to. You put your dry foods in there. It's really number one to run to. Okay, so this is number one. Your Mylar bags is a plus. Is a plus. Go on Amazon. I'm gonna have a link in my description box. Just click on the link. It's gonna take you right there. The second one is canning. Canning. You get these canners. This is a canner right here. This is a canner. Okay, canners are really, really good. I can a lot of my food, and I'm gonna show you a lot of that. You can look at that right here. Okay, so some of the information as far as canning for you guys to understand. Canning protects food from bacteria and molds by changing its moisture and the pH levels. Okay, the extended shelf life. Canning food can last at least between 2 to 5 years, but if you're a rubber canner, you understand that sometimes they do last longer than that. Okay. The convenience. Canning food is easy to just store. It don't have to go back in the refrigerator. You can put it on a shelf. It don't matter if it's milk. It don't matter if it's things. It don't matter if it's chicken. It don't matter if it's turkey. It don't matter if it's beef. You could put it on the shelf and it'll be just fine. This is what people done when there was no refrigerator. You can that bad boy and you put it on the shelf. You don't have to worry about it getting old, bacteria, fungus, any of that, mold, whatever. It was secure. Canning can also save you money. Okay, canning. So what it does is it preserves the food. So the regular time that you will see that foods are get old, best used by, or stuff like that in the stores, you don't got to worry about that. That's why right now when I go grocery shopping, I come home and I can my foods. Now, I don't do the cans because the cans from the grocery store is already canned. So it is some things that comes from the store that is already canned that you don't have to worry about. But like my meats and my milks and my eggs and all of my different type of things, I do can those. And they don't have to go in the refrigerator. And if I don't can them, then I dry freeze them. Okay, and I'm gonna show you that next. The jars from the canner. So you have to use a mason jar for the canner. Okay, and the jars are not expensive. They can be reused. Don't throw them away because they're glass and you can always reuse them. The second we have is water bathing. Water bathing is a process where they have a big water bather and you put your mason jars in, you fill it up all the way over the top of your bottles. Okay, the canner, you don't fill it up over the top, but the water bath, you fill it up over the top and you let it boil. These are your low acid foods. Your low acid foods, okay? And what it does is it kills harmful mold, yeast, and some bacteria. Processing using a boiling water bath method ensures the safety of preserving produce, okay? So make sure my next video, I'm going to be showing you how to do all of these things. And we're going to do some food so I can show you how to do at least one at a time. And you can get it to start prepping for your home. The next one is a dehydrator. A dehydrator is really good for your foods as well. Now, when you dehydrate it, and hold on, a dehydrator is a lifetime shelf thing. Like lifetime shelf. It's just lifetime. Several years it's going to be there and not get old. But then when you put water to it, it rehydrates. And when it rehydrates inside a liquid, it's right back to the normal product. Like, so dehydrating food is really, really good. It takes all the moisture, water, anything out of it. Like it's dry. It gets like dry like a piece of rubber dry. Okay, that's one. Then we got a dry freezer. Now these are for my pro. A dry freezer, they are expensive. They're about $3,000, but it helps a lot and it's a big difference. And you can dry freeze anything. When I tell you milk, eggs, cereal, candy, ice cream. Y'all know when you go into the camper section in Walmart and you see ice cream in a bag, that's freeze dried. It's freeze dried ice cream. So freeze dried will last you forever. I love it. I do have one, and I'm like a true prepper. Like man, I do all of these things. Great things about a freeze dryer. Okay, the preserved quality is really really good. It retains all of the nutrients in your foods. It retains all of it. Okay, the extended shelf life. Once you use it and it's done, it can sit there for 30 years. Okay, it reduces weight. So when you say you want to do chicken or steak, it's really really light. Like you can like, it's like it can crumble if you smash it. So we don't want to crumble it. We want to keep it there. It rehydrates very well. So even though it's really light and you can crumble it, once you put that back in the water, it'll go back to its original state. Okay, with the nutrients and with everything there. It just does so much. The process is really really a short time, but it'll last very very long. So that is one of my favorite ones, but it is really expensive. But you can look in the description box and I will show you where to get it from if you do have the $3,000. If you don't, then pick one of the other ways. It all preserved great. Dry canning. Dry canning is very well, like for your flours and all of your dry foods. You can do dry canning in the oven. Okay, so some of the good qualities of dry canning is dry canning removes oxygen from the food. Okay, which it helps retain its quality and freshness for a longer time. Okay, dry freezing do not require power. Okay, you just put it in a heated area, and once it actually pop, it just pop, and it will be done. You do not need any type of electricity or any power source. You don't need that for dry freezing. Dry freezing food stores well without the need of freezer or refrigeration. Okay, the sealing process prevents contamination from each of the jars. So once that seal pop down, then you're good. You are good. And y'all, if people who really don't know about canning, go look it up yourself. Okay, because I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, dry canning is not safe." Well, no, it's just fine. Okay, because as long as that seal pop, then it prevents the contamination. Like, okay, and the next one that we have is dry salting. Dry salting, you know that a lot of people did that back in the day. They will put their meats out, they will put the sea salt on it and hang it. You can put your sea salt on your meats and you can hang it. That's another one, dry salting. Now, one that we used to do way back in the day that my great grandma used to do, we used to bury our food, underground is one temperature, and I think it's like in the 60s. So you can actually keep your food under there, sealed in jars. So say for instance, if they call martial law and you don't want people to know where your food is, so because martial law, they can come and get your food. They can come and take whatever they want out of your home. But you can bury your food. Get your containers and put it in the containers and make sure it's sealed tight and bury your food. And it's going to be good when you come back and redig it up. You at least have some type of food. So these are the several different ways that you can preserve your food. Please stay tuned to the rest of the videos. I'm gonna show you how to do it and how I do it. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and get one of these so you can start. They're all different prices. Some of them is really high. Some of them you don't need anything. So make sure you do something to start preserving your food. And I do gotta tell you one more thing. I have been saving so much money doing it this way, because if you just buy the stuff from out the grocery store, it's going to eventually stale because it's still getting air, it's still getting the moisture, it's still getting all the moisture, and oxygen is still hitting it. And so I start putting all of my food in jars. Like even like my kids' cereal, they have to open it and vacuum seal it again in and put it back up. So, and vacuum sealing is another one too. I'm sorry. Vacuum sealing is another one. If I left out any of them, please put it in the comments so we can all learn together. It's so important to learn together because we are in dire times where we're going to need each other. So somebody need to start now. So let's go ahead and start preserving the food. If you need help, you can always hit me up on Instagram. That's Boss Lady 7, and I will help you. I will do the best I can to help you with whatever you need. Thank you, guys.